Hey folks, Gary once again coming at you from St. Croix, this time with sharks. So we're out on a reef and we have ourselves some sharks coming to say hi. This particular video, I have quite a few little shots of sharks and various other small critters. So we'll be going back and forth between the big guys and the little guys, like in this case, lionfish. Big old lionfish in the middle of the shot there. That's one of those shoot to kill on sight critters, invasive species from the Pacific, not supposed to be here in the Caribbean. Down in the middle of the shot, there's a couple of butterfly fish, those little fish with the black spots on their tails. Those little guys swim around in pairs, and they're usually a mated pair. Apparently, there was some altercation there between the little butterfly fish and the other guy. Once again, a shark, and you have a diver there in the background to give you a size perspective. Not a very big shark, but I think there were at least two on this site, and there may have been more. Sometimes they go by; they're the same size. There's a turtle in the background with Mark. Mark is a PADI instructor whose main hobby here is photography. He publishes a calendar once a year, and here he is getting some really good shots of that big old turtle. That's definitely a good sized turtle there. That's quite a nice camera Mark has, so his stuff's going to look a lot higher resolution and better than anything I'll be able to produce. So when I saw this scene, I didn't know what the heck was going on. I saw Mark very intent on something, and as I dropped down closer, I managed to see this moray eel sticking his head out of a little crack in the coral there. So as I swung around, which I'll do here with the camera, you'll see the much better view of the moray. There, now you can see more of him exposed there behind that piece of coral right in the center of the screen. Pretty good size eel. And as I dropped back a little further away here, I caught just the tip of his tail sticking out on the other side of this piece of coral. So there he is. Now he's backing up a little bit and looking down in there. You can just make out the tip of his tail. Yet another shot of a shark there. And this goes back to what I said in one of my earlier videos about sometimes they're out there in the murk and you can kind of make out the shape and see what it is. And as it gets closer, it'll finally resolve itself into something you can recognize. There's one shark out there towards the top middle of the screen. Here's another lionfish. This one wasn't quite as big as the first one, but nevertheless, you can see those uh, venomous spines real clearly. Do not want to get touch this fish at all, get stung by that. That would hurt. There's our little butterfly fish again. There's a pair of them there, probably a mated pair. They always seem to be in sets of two. Another little shark down there swimming amongst the divers. And they got quite close to me on this trip. There's two of them there side by side. One a little larger than the other. I think one was probably a little over 4, close to 5 feet long. I talked to Paul, the dive master, and he said that this particular reef we were on was not far from Armageddon, the wreck site that I had in an earlier video. And these may be the exact same sharks that we encountered on Armageddon. They may have swam over from there to here maybe hoping to find some people spearing the lionfish. And then, despite their vicious reputation, they are really very nice looking animals. You see one of these guys come up real close like this guy did. Very pretty eyes. And this is how you want to see them. They're nice and calm, just swimming along. And I don't know what was in this shot, if there was anything in particular. I might have taken that just to show you some of the size of the reef that's kind of sprawling out here. And, lots of little colorful fish scattered all over. Oh, there's a very nice French angelfish right there. Good shot of the French angelfish. There was a queen angelfish in another little shot here. There's our sharky friends. Once again, you can see them buzzing back and forth here amidst the divers. I'm not sure, was it? It's two sharks in that shot. There we go. I was trying to get fairly close to this shark, but as you can tell, they're a lot faster than us. So, and I certainly don't want to act like I'm charging at one of them. I'm trying to move nice and slow and relaxed and sort of get in their path so I can get a good shot as they swim by, like this one right here. It's almost like they have a certain personal space and they're okay as long as you don't get in that space. Now, this is interesting. This is the second dive, which was Butler Bay, and it was used in a movie as a scene for some sort of capsized ship. And the structure here is what's left of that capsized ship. So they had built something and covered it, I guess, with some sort of material. The material's long since gone. The framework remains. You can see the various bits of sea life, soft corals and sponges that have attached themselves to this frame. And down in the frame, you'll see all kinds of interesting little fish, including a very elusive queen angelfish that was down in there. And I tried to get some decent shots of it, but it kept moving to keep the bars and the growth between me and it, so I really couldn't get a good shot of it. This is a neat little stingray shot coming up here. You look in the middle of the screen right there is the stingray, sort of half buried in the sand. And as I got to this point, the stingray decided it was, it had enough of me, and just took off for more private spaces. Earlier in the swim, I'd found a indentation in the sand that was where a stingray had been. It was gone. Here's a turtle. This little turtle in the middle of the screen right now, kind of relaxing. But once again, as I start to get close, it's like, it doesn't want really anything to do with me. So it begins to take off and just head out, find a more secluded spot to take its nap. You'll see a handful of small fish all over the reef, a little bit higher. There's a great Caribbean fish identification video on YouTube I found that told me the names of a lot of these, and yes, it's something where if you wanted to commit that to memory, you'd be able to look at this and say, oh, that's this type of wrasse, or the rock beauty, which I like, is a nice yellow angelfish, member of the angelfish family. I saw a couple of those on the dive here. Now that's a peacock flounder, just moving along the bottom there, and it gets to a point where it thinks, I can't see it, and then it realizes, oh, he's still focusing in on me, so I'll take off again and go relocate. In the meantime, I had signaled to Paul to come over and show him this. I hadn't seen one of these yet on the trip. This is the first and only peacock flounder that I found, the only flounder which I found on this particular trip. And there you can see how great the camouflage works. It doesn't fluff itself up quite the same way that the stingrays do, but I understand they will also do that to add to the effect here. There it goes, taking off. You can see it's going to raise one of its fins there, kind of a little steering fin. There goes the fin, and then back down again. And this poor creature has the sad karma of tasting good, because flounder is certainly one of my favorite fish. So, alas. And there's Paul messing with the flounder to give you an idea of the size of it. It's a relatively small flounder, but pretty effective camouflage. Peacock flounder. Now, here once again, somebody down there trying to get a really good shot, probably Mark again. That might not be him. There was a woman down. I think that's the woman Jenny, who was trying to get a good shot of that stingray. They look really graceful when they swim. Here's a little collection of fish just wandering around, neighborhood hoodlums. Hey, you kids, get off of my sponge. Kind of thing going on there. Don't quite remember the name of the woman that was also on the boat with us. Might have been Leslie, who just went by with a flashlight there. That little fish is a sergeant major, little black and white stripes with yellow on top. And once again, here you can see a lot of the smaller fish, but It's great to see these schools of smaller fish moving around. It gives you a gauge of how much life there is on the reef. You want to see this. You want to see a lot of schools of small fish moving back and forth on the reef. Now this is a hole in the bottom of the reef, which could actually go down into a little coral cavern area. I didn't bother to check it out. I just put my light in there and saw a bunch of fish moving around. I don't know what this fish in the shot is here. I saw at least two examples of this where this grouper or bass like fish is just laying there on the bottom taking a nap. Now, here's the ledge, which this particular area of the reef is named after, Butler's Bay, Butler's Ledge, or whatever. And you can see that a school of fish has taken up residence under that particular piece of the ledge. Down here, once again, another one of these groupers or bass or whatever is just laying on the bottom, taking a nap.